be on fire, we be lit. It's a unique hustle, big shit. Big shit, big shit, big shit. It's a unique hustle, nigga, big shit. Big shit, big shit, big shit. Name another podcast like this.
Check it. It's a unique hustle. It's your boy ECEO, and I'm here with the lovely official Miss Jamaica. What's going on?
Nothing, Madame.
Man, hey man, did you get some good rest last night?
Yes, I was extremely tired last night
Yeah.
for some reason.
Okay. Just making sure everything all right. Check it, man. Hey, man, we got a special guest in here today, man. She needs no introduction, man. She's been grinding for a while. She sings. She's beautifully going to sing a song for us today as well. We definitely going to put on the spot on Boss Talk 101, man. She's educated in the song field. Music is her thing, man. Check it out, man. Alexis Finley is here. What's going on?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here in Dallas.
Hey, man, Dallas. But you live in Houston.
I do. I lived here for 6 years.
Really?
I moved a year ago from yesterday.
Are you originally from Houston?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Mama and them say you got to come home.
I eventually wanted to go back, and COVID allowed me to be able to still work and make the same money. So I was like, why not do that at home? And I went to purchase a home, so I went to go buy a house.
So you from Fifth Ward?
No, Mo City.
Oh, Mo City. So I threw it way over there in Fifth Ward. Yep.
So did you not like Dallas?
It's not that I didn't like Dallas. It just was never forever for me.
Okay, because in the music industry, I know a lot of people say they love Dallas for the music. So do you think Houston gets you further where music is concerned than when you were living in Dallas?
I think music will get me further in Houston just because it's bigger in music, but at the same time, I think Dallas is more united in the music industry.
Really?
I feel like, well, at least here I experienced a lot of love, and I met my team here. I just had a lot of growth here. Like, I became an adult in Dallas.
In Dallas, okay.
I became the artist that I am in Dallas.
So what's your next stage that you think of evolution that you expect in Houston?
Well, honestly, I'm making the best music I've ever heard from me in my life thus far. You know, I got some more living to do. So I just expect another level. I feel like Dallas prepared me for what I'm experiencing in Houston. I don't think that I could have not gone through what I went through and built the foundation I did and be able to be successful and work with the people I'm working with now.
You said you're making the best music you've ever heard now in Houston. Explain that to your fans who, compared to your old music to your new music, what is it that's different?
Well, the production is stellar.
Okay.
So that's A1 on point. Sometimes that's really hard to find. No offense to anybody I've worked with here. I love everyone that I worked with.
But your tastes
Truly.
have changed, and you know you
Exactly.
right.
And I'm trying to move to the next level, and I need things that sound like they belong, you know, on the radio. Something that's competing with what's out in the industry now. So that, and in my music there's a lot of good harmonies, like R&B kind of feels, and it has like a little modern twist to it to kind of give you that current as well.
Because that's where everything is going now, that R&B feel. Everybody's in it. And we've discussed that before, and we're like, maybe R&B is coming back. Why everybody's doing that.
Yeah, and I'm trying to bring it back. Because, you know, that talk and singing been in the works for a minute. Like, it's time to wheel it in, bring it back. And I do a little bit of that talk and singing, but I'm going to give you them harmonies.
Yeah.
You know, melodic changes. So just more detail-oriented, more things that you could bop to and things that you could sing to.
That's good. I love that blue hair on you. It looks really pretty.
Yeah, she's
Thank you.
a little doll. So do me a favor. Let's go back into you know, just coming up as a child. How was it growing up in Houston as a child? Like, what'd you go to elementary school?
I went to Braga Elementary School.
Really? Any close friends that you remember? Like, I went to elementary with her.
Yeah, the guy that did All Me No Sponsors video.
Okay.
I went to daycare with him.
Wow.
I went to daycare with him in elementary.
Wow.
Yeah.
And y'all still talk today?
Not really, but I know people who know him. Like, I have friends that went to high school with him, and I saw he had a business. Saw he had a videography company. So I reached out to him. I said, hey, this is the treatment. And so Amber got everything together for us. And
But he remembered you?
It took a minute, but I remember everybody. But
Yeah.
I've evolved a lot since.
No, I get it.
You know,
no
being
more buck
elementary.
teeth. No more buck teeth.
I know, right? Had to get my smile direct going on.
So,
Yeah.
Just coming up, were you raised by both parents or single parent?
So single parent. My mom had me at 17.
Okay.
So my dad is very much involved though. He has always been. So she was 17, he was 19. She was in high school, a senior at Willowbridge.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of it, but it's like really popular in the Mo. And he was at Baylor, full ride football scholarship, 19.
Oh yeah.
So
Did you finish the whole everything with school? Because you know sometimes when a person in college and have a child, they drop out. Did he finish everything?
He finished.
Okay, that's good.
He was a freshman, so he had just left Willowbridge. So with my grandma, he wasn't stopping nothing. So it took a village to raise me. Me and my mom stayed with my nana. My uncle lived in the house too because he was in high school at the time. Well, he was in middle school when I was born. But yeah, we had a whole family thing. And when my dad was gone, my paternal grandmother and grandfather stepped in. So I would stay at my Granny Jay's house maybe a night a week, and she'd take me to school. Or on the weekends, my papa would come pick me up. He had a daughter that was like 2 years older than me, my aunt. So it was just a village that raised me. And it's been like that my whole entire life. Like even up to the point to where I got my first car in college.
Wow.
Literally, people went in on it.
How is it being raised by a young mother?
Honestly,
because you being a woman now and knowing certain things, you know what I mean?
Honestly, I never really saw the struggle.
Never.
I didn't. She's blessed to have great parents as well. So, honestly, I feel like because of that, we're able to have such a good relationship now.
Did she treat you? Because you know, when a person is young and have a child, they're not usually like mom. They, you know, it's usually the grandparents who usually act like mom and dad. And the mom usually like, I gotta go do this here, watch her. I gotta, you know, not really taking the time to be mom and do everything for you because they know they have their mother there to take care of you.
Surprisingly, she wasn't that mom.
She wasn't that mom.
When she wasn't there is when she was working overnight and maybe got off at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Okay.
So she was very involved. She didn't go out with her friends. Things that you should be doing
at that age,
between 17 and like 25. Like what I would imagine, like what I did in my life. She didn't do that. Like yes, she would go out with friends for a happy hour sometimes, but she didn't have other people with her children.
That's
with
good.
me too much. You know, like
Kudos
if it was
to
someplace
her.
I wanted to go or spend time with, you know, my grandparents, it was that. But it was never like. Oh,
She pushing you off to
exactly.
them. Okay, good.
Yeah, even though we did live with my nana, you know, she was still very much involved.
That's good.
And she was strict a little bit too. There was a lot of places I couldn't go. I'm like, dang. Like, you know, the young mom would sometimes be lenient.
Yeah.
No, not
They
her.
try to raise you like you're their sister instead of your daughter.
No,
You know what I mean?
yeah, we didn't become like sisters until I got grown.
Okay, that's good. Kudos to her.
So when you think about coming up in high school, who's your high school boyfriend? Yeah.
Oh, we going
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I didn't have like a long
You had a
term.
boyfriend. Yeah, you did. You had somebody that you was like, man, he's special. We could have made it.
The most memorable one.
The most memorable. Yeah, none of them memorable.
Yeah, most memorable.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's bring up some good memories, man. Walking down the hallway, going to the locker, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
this guy named Kevin
Shout out to Kevin. What the last name?
Washington.
Kev Washington, man. Your girl made it. She on Boss Talk 101.
Lord. He was a NO evacuee.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay. Yeah, don't come up here and try to do nothing, nigga, because we got you. Okay, go ahead.
Nah, it was cool. Like we went to middle school together.
Okay.
And he moved back to New Orleans, and we would just, you know, talk on the phone throughout the years. And then senior year, he actually ended up coming to West Side. That's where I
Wow.
went to school at. So he moved back. And it wasn't a very long relationship, but we knew each other for so long it kind of felt like it. It was cool, you know. It was the first guy that my mom, you know,
Actually
took us.
met?
Yeah, and took us to go to the movies and stuff and all of that. Like it was cute. But
So that's the reason why it was impactful
Yeah, I don't remember why we broke up though, to be honest. So it must
Yeah.
not have been tragic,
Well,
which is good.
no, yeah, just
It
kind
was
of.
copacetic. Like,
Yeah,
beat
y'all
me up and I'd be like,
both
what's
people
up?
evolve. You know, it
Yeah.
happens.
It was a mutual understanding between both of y'all, probably.
Yeah, yeah. And then like the summer before my freshman year of college, I used to go on dates with this guy named Michael.
Money Mike, what up, baby?
And we were never in a relationship, but I didn't want to go to college with a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So I felt like for a while that's the one I probably missed out on, but I don't feel like that now. Because
Yeah.
he's with somebody great and I'm, figuring
Doing
it
your
out with
thing.
somebody great. So,
Well, let me.
And on the flip side of that,
Okay, go
what
ahead.
is the most devastating relationship you think you've ever been in? Because I know being an artist, artists tend to put all of this into their music for therapy anyway.
yeah.
So I just wanted to hear from you.
Wow. So I have a couple.
The most devastating to you in your
I
eyes.
know. My last one. So like my first real adult relationship, like after college, it only lasted for about 6 months. But in that relationship, I was in a relationship with a little bit older of a guy. So he might have been like, maybe like 3 or 4 years older than me. So not much older, but no, he was 29 and I was 25.
Okay.
So still, maturity wise, we're still kind of in two different places a little bit. But it was very emotional, abusive, low key. A lot of gaslighting. He kind of put his the neglect he felt from his mother, he looked to me for that security and what that relationship lacked. Not to put his business out there, but I mean, nobody knows who he is.
Right. I
But
was about to
his
say you didn't call
mom,
his name or nothing.
yeah, dealt with abuse,
Okay.
right? So he saw his mom abuse. His dad died when he was 3 years old. So he kind of had to be that, the head of the household kind of. And he felt like his mom, spent more energy on other men than
On
him.
him.
So him growing up and not dealing with those issues kind of affected me. And then it got to a point to where I felt like he was going to harm me physically. So that's the last day I was ever in his place of living.
And
Wow.
that's good that you had the courage to get up and, leave that
And just-
situation because there's so many females who, because of so-called love, they sit down or that, because we women are nurturing. So that feeling to feel like he's dependent on me. I need to take care of him. I can fix him. I can, what I
Yeah.
mean? And a lot of women do not leave. But you saw that, and before it got too bad, you went ahead, and kudos to you because you built that courage up to do so.
Yeah, once he pushed me and tried to stop me from leaving, I was like, all right, well, this ain't a problem for me. This is God, So I left. I never turned back. And because it wasn't bad, it wasn't like, for him, it wasn't bad, like, oh, he didn't punch me or he didn't slap me. But it's still domestic violence. You know what I mean? And in that relationship, I felt like I could have lost myself. Not really. When I say my life, I don't mean like, oh, I thought I was going to die or anything, but I stopped working out.
Lost who you were as a person.
I stopped going to the studio as much. So a lot of things that I did for me, I filled with spending time with him to make him secure. Like I remember one time I was like, I need to start going back to the gym. And he said, as long as it doesn't interfere with our time. I'm like, what? So you want me to get fed up here? But I gained 35 pounds in 6 months.
Wow. Well, hey man, yeah, that's more love in the hug on. Yeah, but she's looking at it
Not
bad.
trying to be on this stage, no. I was 195.
I'm talking about him. He like, yeah, this is good. This is great for me.
It went to the right places, but baby, them cheeks and that good. No, it didn't stay away from the good.
So how was it in school? So I heard you took up singing in school, music. Music on the whole. How was that, and what made you do that?
Well, in grade school, I was always in choir and everything. And when we had events, I would sing for those. So when I got to college, I didn't really want to do education because I want to be a teacher. I didn't really want to do vocal performance major because, classical music is cool. It's like the foundation of a lot of things, but it's not something that I just love doing all the time. So I decided to do sound recording technology. So it's a Bachelor of Music in Sound Recording Technology. So I just kind of learned the production side of music. Like we did sound for film, live sound, and studio sound. And then, of course, my instrument was voice. So I also took choir and everything like that. So
wow, that's dope. So,
Yeah.
and you was in choir, or just when you at home, like, what's your favorite song to sing in life? Like mine is Two Occasions by Babyface. You hear what I said? What's yours? The one you love?
I love them all. I can't.
Oh
just
no,
say.
I'm Two Occasions.
yeah, I just gonna give me a second because I sing everything. Like you say a word and I think about a song. Some Ari Lennox stuff. What's that song? I don't know the name of the song. Dang. I like Shea Butter Baby, but it's not that.
Well, if you don't know the word of the name of the song, you
Sing
know
it,
the
right.
song? Go ahead and give us a little bit of the song that you're talking about.
Let's get it.
It's Chicago, but I don't know.
It might not sound good to us. It sound good. Is it a different what genre? What type of music is it?
It's like R&B soul.
Let me hear it. Give it to
Okay.
us.
Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, she already knows. She knows the song. Don't play. Stop.
No,
playing.
but like you know, sometimes like
She know it.
give me a second.
I said the song that she liked to sing. Didn't I say that?
Right.
So that means she at the house singing this song wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I do sometimes.
Put her own word. I used to do that when I was little. I'll put my own words in there. Yeah. Yeah, and if I did not hum
That's
out
how
the
you
rest.
redo the song.
Yeah,
too.
I'll
It might
hum
come
it
out
out.
better than the
I'll
original.
hum it out a little bit.
Oh, whipped cream.
Oh, whipped cream. Whipped cream.
Sorry, it's I've been listening to the
Oh,
whole thing.
come on, man. Whipped cream.
It's I've been eating whipped cream, having vivid dreams of your face, and through people on TV screens, you've been everywhere.
All right, now. Come on.
And I wish I didn't care. Oh, you've been everywhere. And I wish I didn't care. Something like that, yeah.
All right, now. That's what I'm talking about. You got a great voice. Sound good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a little
You're
rusty.
a little rusty.
Yeah.
You hadn't been singing lately?
No, I have.
Okay,
I just
so
ain't
what
one
you
of my
mean you
vocals
rusty?
today. You know,
Really?
that falsetto.
Oh,
was a
really?
little harder
Well,
for
you know,
this morning.
you would know that.
Yeah.
But an old country boy like me would not know that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what how it's supposed to be. I'm just
Exactly.
keeping it real with y'all.
That's the way I love it.
You
so,
get a different type of critique from the professionals.
yeah.
Yeah. of
Hearing
course.
your voice and be like, oh, no, you need to do it. And we're like, what?
That
She
was great.
perfect.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about. I think it's more about the fans anyway, the people who
Right.
really love
gonna
the
stream the
music.
music,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Not the ones who talking about they critiquing it, who ain't never sold a song. A lot of times they don't even be the ones be able to sing. A lot of wasn't that Ronnie Spencer said that people in the studio trying to tell him how to sing, and then none of them sing. I'm the one singing it. So that's the way it be, right? A lot of times people, when you sing it this way, you like, yeah, right, okay, I'll do it. But, well, your voice ain't here, or you didn't say that word right, you know. But it's all good, constructive criticism. So
Yeah.
who have you worked with that you feel, have you worked with any mainstream artist, anybody mainstream?
I'm working on a Slim Thug record that Mr. Lee's
That's
producing.
Mr. Lee. He been on here. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, him, man. Shout out to Al D300. That's my guy too. He make all of his beats. But Mr. Lee is a real one. He was on his song. I texted him when he was on that Drake album.
Yeah, I was like, okay, check you
Yeah,
out.
he ain't playing no games. He
He
gonna get a
not.
platinum plaque for that. You know what I mean? And he already have many of them.
Yeah,
so
for
Mr.
sure.
Lee is a dope guy. So how did you meet Mr. Lee?
Through my team,
So he's a part of your team.
BC and Amber.
Really? Oh, through your team.
Yeah, through my team.
Okay,
through
cool.
My team, so
That's dope, man. That you have you have a great team to back you. How important is that?
it's everything.
Okay.
Relationships that you build, it's everything. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my team. I
Wow.
mean, maybe from a different, person, but
Yeah.
I mean, they've taken me to a whole another level.
Wow, that's great.
Like all through the pandemic. So
Dope.
Yeah, relationships are everything, and knowing people who have good relationships are everything.
How
So it's
important
been
is
a blessing.
how important is it to keep God at the center of your life?
It's honestly the foundation for me. I think it's extremely important, just to stay grounded with yourself, with all the moving parts. Like having that faith and being able to lean on God throughout this process is why I'm sane.
Wow.
Literally,
Yeah.
why I'm sane.
So, let's talk a little bit about the music. All Me, what is that song about?
All Me No Sponsors is about being in your bag and fully investing in yourself. So All Me is pretty much my life, right? So, yes, I did come from a single mom. We didn't struggle heavy, but we were middle class. So all the things that I would need to possibly pursue my dreams, like you kind of have to have a lot of money for that, for that one person, like, and not have multiple kids, you know? So I used to pray that I could fully invest in myself. I used to pray that I could be able to take vocal lessons, just like different things like that. So once I got into a position to be able to do so, I just kind of just kept being consistent. So All Me is about somebody who's self-funded. And me, I am low-key my own label. You know,
Independent.
I pay for everything.
You get it out the mud.
I haven't had to have any handouts. Now, of course, you know, I welcome investors one day, but yeah, All Me. In the song I mentioned, you know, being in the bag, rooftop in the Heights. So a year ago, I bought a rooftop in the Heights.
Really?
Yes, and I bought my dream car. Now, yeah, these are tangibles, right? These materialistic things, but they mean so much more because these are things that I saw that I wanted and I worked hard for it. And it's not like, oh, when I got some money, I just immediately went to go buy it. Like, I saved. I was responsible with my money. I made sure that if I ever dumped a whole lot of bread on anything, it was the music first.
Wow.
And everything else just fades away. Because I could have on, you know, a lot of diamonds right now, and I'm going to get some. But that, you know, Chanel designer, everything, but that's not the priority for me. You know, of course you have to look good and play the part, but, you know, it's so much bigger than that. Like, I'm just investing in what I've always wanted to invest in, like, since I was in high school. And I was able to manifest it and do it, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you think about, you said Slim Thug, who else would you like to work with if you could have that choice of anybody who would you pick?
Drake.
Everybody says Drake. Because Drake gonna give you that big hit. And that's what they love. They want the hit. I guess I would probably say Drake too.
So you tell me every single album,
no, it's
song,
just like when he
I'm
do something, it
asking,
hit.
every single song he has done collaboration with somebody, it's always been a hit.
Every
single
that we
one?
heard.
Long as they put the money behind it for the visuals and stuff, and sometimes without it. But if the visuals come, it's a problem because he's. I think that Birdman, I think that Lil Wayne, and I think that whole infrastructure for Nicki Minaj and Drake and them, and the Rap-A-Lot connection has really helped him to be one of the most solidified artists that you have in our times.
Yeah.
And I think everybody else agrees with that.
He's been the most consistent.
Correct. And so when you think, okay, you said Drake, okay, what about would you ever work with Lil Boosie with all the controversy surrounding him, with the things that he go through and the things that happen with him, you know, far as in the streets or far as with LGBTQ? Would you ever do a song with him?
I would be open to it because I still feel like he's a legend in some way. As far as how it would sound, I'm not sure. I don't know if we would complement each other.
Okay.
So I always think about the sound as well.
What about the baby? Because he was in the same glitch.
I mean, I wouldn't pass up that opportunity. No.
So sometimes it's not always the sound. Sometimes it's the exposure as well.
Yeah, it's about exposure. It'll be a good move. Like, it's just not a bad move.
So what suppose if someone who you could get exposure with, but you don't think that you could make good music together? We was just
talking about Lil Boosie. Maybe that would be that situation. Boosie go hard. Like, it's gonna be a banger. It ain't no way he gonna miss. I can promise you that.
I tried to do a Beat King track.
Did you? How did that go?
With Mr. Lee. It wasn't hitting. My energy didn't match it. Not that my energy's off and I couldn't up it, but it just didn't work for that song, so we decided to do something else instead. Now, I don't know that I'm ever going to do anything in replace, like, of that song with him, but as of now, that's scratch. But I did try to hop on the record, and I was like, no.
Wow. So every record, just because it's somebody that's got a big name doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to end up.
Yeah. Because you're not going to hear me on no song with, you know, somebody rapping about throwing ass or, like, all the extra stuff, like super vulgar.
So
that's
you
not a song you're gonna hear me
you
on.
wouldn't be on a twerking song. It's not you.
I would be on a twerking song, but it depends on the
What it's saying.
content of the twerking song.
Okay. Do you dance? Can you twerk? Mm-hmm. Real good?
Mm-hmm. I can twerk. I can do choreography.
Is it in the music?
Is it in the music?
Like the stuff that you currently have. Do you have a twerk song?
No, but I am trying to.
Okay, here we go. I just wanted to put it out there. She still got a little ways to go. She ain't came all the way out yet.
Lord.
She at the house twerking, but she not doing it in her videos.
So who would you say your clientele or your listeners? Describe the type of listeners for your music.
I
Who are they?
honestly think primarily women.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I've had high schoolers take to it.
What age group?
Primarily, I would say 25 to like 35. It's probably my main, like a lot of my listeners. But I do catch the younger ones and the older ones. That's in between. As far as the type of people, if it's men, it's normally men that can listen to R&B or that like R&B or the smokers.
Okay.
'Cause I got some chill music too.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to make it to where I can kind of bleed over into
everything.
Yeah.
You want to be have a record that you're in a club and they can hype to?
Yeah, like all no sponsors. It's been played in the club before.
Okay.
And then I have another song coming out. Where You At? That's going to be coming out at least within a month. So yeah, I think that they're gonna like that one as well.
What inspired that one?
Where You At? I was just having fun with that. It's kind of like I'm looking for a soldier vibe, like Destiny Child.
Oh,
and it's just like, yeah, boo, I'll give you a chance, but tread lightly. Like you got to be on your P's and Q's because I will do me in a minute. Not meaning like, you know, when people say do me, like go out and find another man. It's just basically knowing your worth and like I don't have time to deal with bull, basically.
Okay, I got you.
So on some fun boss stuff type
What
energy.
What was Recovery about?
That's what I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
About Recovery.
Because I noticed all your songs though, because Recovery is an album.
Yeah, it's EP.
Right, it's EP. So you had multiple songs on there, and I noticed that the other songs all began with R. Mm-hmm. Is that purposely?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was cute.
Yeah, thank you. It was just for aesthetics, but I mean, I was able to find an R word for all of them.
Yeah.
So Recovery, wow, that really told a story. I actually released that because I went through that bad relationship in 2017.
Okay.
I released Recovery in 2019, but what people don't know, Recovery, the actual record, was cut in 15.
Wow.
I just redid it with more experienced vocals.
Dope.
You know, so through Recovery, it actually it stemmed off of a friend that was intimate with somebody that I used to date. So that initial song was about a guy from back in college.
Okay.
It was more of a situationship.
Mm.
Yeah, a long situationship, and she knew better. So yeah, the betrayal of a friend and a guy that I thought was still my friend at least, but yeah, that's how that started. Return was about a guy that I was involved with in college a little bit and then after college, and he ended up like being in a relationship with this girl that was close to one of my close friends. Mm-hmm. And he told me he didn't want a relationship. So, but they were together like 3 months after. Right. And so then when that happened, I turned to the guy that I dealt with the emotional abuse and stuff from. So, yeah. all of that happened. Like after I left the relationship, I found out that the other guy was in a relationship with that girl, and that just like took me there. I was like really sad. I was like, oh, he said he ain't want no girlfriend. He just didn't want to be with me. And that was a blessing from God. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Like,
and
I ain't tripping about it now. Riz, that was just a fun one. I did write on that song, but majority of it was wrote by Xavier Jackson. So we co-wrote on it, but that wasn't necessarily my personal experience. But I have had situations like it. Like, it's relatable. Mm-hmm. But Riz was fun. I had so much fun shooting that video, getting my acting on. That was a dope song.
What is the most creative video you've ever done?
Ooh.
And were you the one who actually directed it?
The most creative video had to been Risk.
Okay.
Because of the acting scene, the kitchen, me sneaking into my ex-boyfriend's house, 'cause that's what I'm doing in that video. I would say the most...
But you didn't direct that one because it was his. He co-wrote it on that song.
Oh, he didn't direct anything though.
Oh, he didn't? Okay, it was all you.
He was just studio.
Okay.
No, he ain't come out and do nothing. Thank you though for the little jug. Thank you for the jug.
Nah. But my artist development coach. So under School and Talent, it's owned by Zabretta Johnson.
Okay.
So she actually creative directed that video for me. And then I worked with Urban 3 Cloud. His name is Cameron Pate for the videography. So he helped a little bit with that too. But it was creative directed by Zabretta Johnson.
Wow.
So, and then the most like active video I've done, like where I sweated and like my makeup came off a little bit, was Talk That for my Sensitive Savage.
That.
I saw that.
Yeah, hanging upside down. Like I was probably 15 feet off the ground. That's how.
Wow. That's dope.
I was hot. I was
Dope.
real hot.
But it seemed like it must have been a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
It was fun. It was in the junkyard. What is it called? The junkyard?
Salvage yard.
Yeah, something like that. But carrying that heavy chain, I was hot. I was so hot.
But you got the look you wanted.
Yes, I did. I did give out one. And so those two are the most creative. All Me, the song is just, that's probably like the best song as far as like production wise.
I don't want to hear that.
I have.
I don't want to hear
It's
that.
always the last
That's
one.
what I say.
It's
I don't want
always
to hear
the
that. We hear that
last
every
one that
time.
everybody
Everybody
says
come
is
with their
their
last. If I'd have caught you when you came out with recovery, you'd have been, oh, that's the nicest one. Because
said
every
Riz.
one you do, you're going to say that's the last one you do. You know you're giving it your all, which is cool.
Yeah, because you keep elevating
Yeah.
as you grow. So
Sorry.
I think the All Me video is really great. It's very creative. I don't know. I don't know.
Do you purposely put
You're
in
the
your
best.
head every single time whenever you're about to do something else? Do you
I'm
ever
going to beat this one.
be like, okay,
The last
I have to beat this one?
Yeah.
And like people do research. People go back and look on their videos. I'm like, okay, I got to do that better. I got to do this better. Do you do that?
Mm-hmm. Like
Critiquing yourself.
I think Beyonce said it. Said something like this: like she's not in competition with anyone, just herself.
Just herself.
Exactly.
So that's kind of how I feel. I'm just always trying to be a better me and evolve, and so it does feel great to know that people do see it though.
Let me ask you something. Top 3 artists of all time, dead or alive. Any genre.
Any genre.
Number 1.
This is always hard for me, and I should have this question
Only 3.
ready.
Number 1.
Number 1, dead or alive.
Of all times.
I would say Beyonce.
Beyonce is number 1. We hadn't had that one in a little bit. Yeah,
Number
shout out
2.
to the H-Town.
Because I got to think about what I actually sit there singing, you know? Yeah, you think about the greatest of all time and how talented they are. Because you could say Whitney Houston, and she's an amazing artist. But I don't sing Whitney all the time.
But it depends on. I always say with songs or people that you love, it depends on where you at in that space
In
and
your
time.
life,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because where you're at is who you listen to.
Exactly.
Number 2.
I thought you was going to forget about the other
Oh,
two.
no. Not at all. Do this every show.
Man. Who else
Too
do I
short?
love?
No, I throw something crazy in there.
No.
Donny Hathaway. She don't know who the hell I'm talking about.
I know who that is.
Oh, okay.
I've been in
Hey, that's dope, man. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope right there. Don't he go hard? Look at
Yeah.
had to go hard.
I would say Luther.
Luther?
When I grew up, we listened to a whole lot of Luther.
Okay, which one that you really, really like? Anyone who had a heart? Oh, hard. Yeah. I think, didn't Beyonce remake that? Who remade that?
She remade Dancing My Father. No.
1,000 kisses from. I wonder
she
who that
remade
is.
another one of his songs.
So, she did.
The Closer I Get to You.
That was just them singing it together.
Was it? Yes.
Yeah, they just done it together.
I mean, it's still a remake.
You know, I'm fly with it. I jam that music now. That's one thing. But I think, I don't know, man. He dope, and nobody else ever was able to do his sound. I mean, Ruben Studdard tried to get close. Shout out Ruben. You got to watch your money. But anyway, you know, these cats ain't fair out here. These niggas ain't loyal. But anyway. But yeah, that he about the one that I could say kind of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He hits it hard. He go hard. But Luther something else, man. And my boy, he fell off. Y'all laugh at him. He put that woman first and lost everything.
Oh,
Jaheim. Oh, man. But that boy could sing, man.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be there for a while.
That boy could sing,
just
man.
Disappeared on us.
What do you think about the way he's looking right now? I mean, just let's be real. What do you think happened?
He just needs some tender loving care.
Okay. You think he just needs somebody to love on him a little more, just love him and embrace him?
No, I mean like self-care. Like
self-care.
Go get a facial, go get massages.
Yeah.
Clean it up in the hair area, the facial
What do you
area.
think is going on with that? Something mentally is going on. He feel like, I don't care no more. Probably tired.
Probably. He looked tired.
Do you know how hard it is
Work
for
out.
people when people stop showing you that attention and you had it and you had this dream and you were destined for greatness, and then all of a sudden people, you know, and which people still was seeing him, but I think sometimes people get detached from the fact, or they feel like they let everybody down, or they don't feel like they're doing what they feel they should be doing, and I think that mentally stresses people out.
Yeah, I can see why it would. It comes back to your foundation, though.
God.
Yeah, and knowing yourself, and so you got to get to a place to where you're balanced within yourself, and then try again.
Which one? Give me one of your songs, slow tempo, acapella, just before you.
See, I was gonna ask.
I got them. Don't trip.
Songs,
something that you sing. I want to hear a little bit of it.
My songs?
Yes.
Okay.
It's your song.
The song that you like.
Nobody could sing it like you.
Your fans or your new fans to hear.
Okay.
Yeah, give us that treat. We can get that treat.
I should be prepared. Risk. It's not slow though.
Well,
it doesn't have to be slow. Just anything.
Okay.
Just anything.
Oh yeah, she ain't got no slow jam. Let's go.
I do.
This nigga don't do R&B no more. Here, let's go.
Okay. This ain't no Chinese fortune, baby. It ain't no guarantee that we'll make it. But we can play the game for a little. I can be your spice or your sugar. Make sure you know what you wanna do, baby. Hey, boy, I wanna give you something better than you've ever had before. I wanna give you something better than you've ever had. 'Cause I could be bad for you, but it's gonna feel good to you. I can be bad for you, boy, but it's gonna feel good to you. So love me at your own risk. Love me at your own risk. 'Cause I could be bad for you.
Hey, man, thank you so much,
I like
man.
the words to it,
I like the
Yeah.
sound, the way your tempo is of your voice. You know what I mean? I love it. Your voice is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, and that's what it's all about.
It's powerful. I know that from the way I'm hearing it, you can really like.
Different ranges.
Yeah, I
You have a
can't wait for
powerful
y'all to hear it.
voice.
Say, man, I just love the way that you sung it for us here on Boss Talk 101, where the bosses talk. You know what I'm talking about? So who was number 3? She thought I forgot, but I don't think she gave me number 3.
So,
You had Beyonce, Luther,
Who
and that
your
was
number
it.
3?
okay, so I'm just thinking about places, like people that I listened to when I was in certain places in my life. Because you said that, and I was like, okay, let me go different with it.
And any genre too. So
Yes. I was on a strong Adele kick.
Adele. What about Diana Ross? You know, you're a trip. The one who paid the way. Y'all trip me out. The
I
Supreme.
I was never a dime.
I know it. That's why you niggas don't. Yeah, y'all don't know. Yeah, but Diana Ross had
Tell
her
me
day.
like a Patti
Diana
LaBelle or-
Patty had her day after
Yeah.
Diana Ross. Stop playing. Give Diana
Tina
her
Turner.
roses.
I had a Tina Turner time.
Yeah.
Tina Turner was dope. I ain't
had
gonna
a
lie.
Tina Turner
I had an
time.
Erica Badu.
Hey, that's my dog. When you say that, we just stop. We should have a bell. Ding, ling, ling, ling. Yeah, every time you say Erica Badu, you in
But
Dallas,
Erica
Texas.
Badu have this like chill
She
vibe.
different.
You have to be
Yeah.
chill.
Ain't
when
Ain't
you
nobody
listen
like
to
Erica
her.
Badu, period.
Have y'all heard Orange Moon? That's my favorite song by her.
She go hard,
It's
don't
so
she?
beautiful.
Go hard, don't she?
Yeah.
We gonna have on Boss Talk 101 too. Shout out to Space Boy, shout out to Doug, and shout out to who the last name? Oh, Landa. Yeah, all of them. They linked in with her, and they all been on here, and we rooting for her to get off their tour so she can come over here.
Get off the tour.
I can call her. I can reach out and get close to her. I'm right there by the stage right now if I want to, but I just can't get on the show yet. It's coming.
It is coming. It's coming.
Now we got you though, so that's all that matter. You know, we get that new energy. The people who pretty much is striving. You know, shout out to the people who sent my girl Alexis our way. She's dope. She's one of the coldest R&B. Y'all heard it. I don't have to campaign for her. Y'all know what she just
You
done.
can campaign if you want to.
You can go ahead and toot my horn.
Yeah, so if you go back and talk to that younger you, what would you say? How would you what would you say to the if you go back to where you was 17, 18, get ready to go to college, what would you say to you at that moment from the place you sit now to help with where she's headed and what she's about to face?
Don't be afraid. Don't be fearful.
Fear is something else, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want.
Okay.
Because there's always somebody around that can help you.
Okay.
Like that's why God made us talented in different areas.
Wow.
Because there's always somebody around for something that
I
you
totally
need.
agree with that. That's
God,
a great,
You don't
Place
have it.
people around you.
Exactly.
You just got to ask for it. Because even like when you
Exactly.
read the Bible, when you want something from Him, you have to ask Him for it. He's just not going to. And God knows everything. He knows what you want, but He's waiting for you to ask for it.
well, the
Yeah.
Bible says you have not.
Because you asked not.
Because you asked not.
Yeah, let's get it popping.
Yeah. And be consistent.
Amen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
Being consistent. That's what you would tell her.
Exactly.
You think she would listen? You know, because when you're young, I always think about that. My younger me, would I listen? I don't know.
I think she would.
She would. I was
I've always
hard-headed.
been an open person. I've always been a sponge.
You and me both.
It took a while to get out of my own way when it came to emotions. But yeah,
I definitely
I
get
think
it,
she'll
man.
listen.
What's your, when you come, you know, the Genuine will be here in a few, you know, he ain't gonna be, he may be here. We working on it. But anyway, when you think about that era of R&B, you know, back during that time, I'm talking about this is a while back. You had Genuine, you had 112, you hit it right. You
Peaches
had
and Cream was in my head when you said
you
it.
had who else did you have? It was one more, Jagged Edge.
Oh,
they had in there.
yeah, I had that era.
H-Town. Yeah, I'm going there for you. Who else did we have during that time? It was
Wasn't Keith Sweat on that time?
Keith Sweat was before that time, really.
But he was still
But he still
thriving
was
a
trying
little
to.
bit there.
He had that last one with them with you know, I really want my love, baby. And that was
Got me
that was the
twisted
last
on-
little
Yeah.
hoorah he was doing. You know, I'm just in my mind. I'm in my bag right now. What was your thing? Who was your group then?
Group,
That you really cared about, like, dang, they nice, like
Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge. They had that promise.
Yeah.
That was it, wasn't it?
I was on them harder than 112.
Really?
112 was cool, but like Jagged Edge, and Genuine.
Music was
In
different
those
back then. That's
jeans,
why
in
I
those
try.
jeans.
I'm just trying to get y'all mind there because music was totally different in that space.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about people saying that Chris Brown is better than Michael Jackson?
I just think they're incomparable.
I always ask them which Michael Jackson. You know, you have phases of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But no phase of Michael Jackson is not better than Chris Brown.
That's your opinion.
Chris Brown, I mean, as far as vocal ability, may be better than Michael Jackson.
You think so?
I think so.
You better go back and listen to the way you make me feel or something.
Well, I
Why
mean,
you
as
think
far
so?
as the music that was put out, Michael Jackson kind of had like a little like a range. Like you always knew a certain song from him was gonna sound like this.
You can't say that. You talking about which Michael Jackson? You talking about the little kid that sung
the way you make me feel?
No, I'm talking about that little kid that sung "When I Had You" by Smokey Robinson wrote it.
That range
was crazy. See, we're going back to the kid.
When we were kids, though, I used to be able to sing Deborah Cox. Nobody's supposed to be here. Now I struggle with that. But as a kid,
but you got to understand. As a kid, I don't know if we would have to call Chris's kidhood about 16 because that's when we first started seeing "Girl."
Little tenderness, yo. But he has like just different nuances, like the runs, and it's just something different than Michael Jackson. I'm not gonna say it's like better, but I'm just saying as far as vocal range, I feel like we might have heard more from him.
Okay.
And then the delivery of the vocals are different too.
So
it's not like me saying his voice is better, but like from Chris Brown, you'll hear more runs and stuff on the lows and the mids, and with Michael Jackson, he gonna hit you with the highs, and he gonna I can't even know how I can explain it. But he's not gonna run for you, but he's gonna have that soft power, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying,
power. Because
to me, when you're saying that, what I think about is the fact that what is the demand of the music and how it's done over generations are different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when he was younger. Yes, he did that because he was young and he was trying to discover himself. But once he hit that sweet spot in knowing, what his listeners love, he stuck with that range. So I felt like if he had to go back to that, then I think he could still hit that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is all the timing thing and what's hot and what you're hearing, what's on the radio.
Exactly.
Like, that controls the music that you're making sometimes.
Exactly.
But I think they're incomparable. Chris Brown is great. Michael Jackson was great. Of course, as far as artists, they all had their own personal things going on, but I'm not going to even tap into that. That has nothing to do with talent.
That has nothing to do with talent, but we know both of them had their day. Had
what
their
I
thing.
Look at why I would always say Michael Jackson, he cannot compare to Michael Jackson is the fact that even he's been gone for so long, but Michael Jackson, even the next 20 years, people are going to still be talking about Michael Jackson. Kids are going to still want to buy the album, listening to it, playing it, dressing up like him, whatever.
He's an icon.
He's an icon. How many people 40, 50 years from now will do that for Chris Brown?
I don't know.
Comparing to
you never know.
Michael Jackson.
You just don't know what's going to happen. But Thriller, get your friend. Thriller is something that you're not gonna be able to. You're gonna have to come on with it.
Cause that's a Halloween song every year.
No, not just just the way it came out. If you guys are younger, but when it came out and how it was, it's hard to deal with.
It was a whole production. I heard.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was a thing.
It was crazy.
It was a thing.
Check it, man. So thank you for coming on the show. We love you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for doing all that you've done, the vocals, the stories, and whenever you were getting ready to drop new music, at least you know you got a home base now. You can come over here and say, I want to get back on Boss Talk, I'm fit to do a run, and then I probably can help you with some other things too. But at the end of the day, you got a friend in me, and you got a friend in the official Miss Jamaica. And we just appreciate you for coming and blessing our platform and spending the time with us today. Because you could have been a million places, but you here. And that's dope. Holla at your boy. It's a unique hustle, man. It's been another great segment of Boss Talk 101.
And we out.
Over here. Okay? And I'm going to need y'all help just a little bit. All right. So, if you buy all your own groceries and you don't have to live at your mama's house, I want to hear you say, ain't got no sponsors. Ain't got no sponsors. Ain't got no sponsors. Okay. So, if you pay your own insurance, and your own partner, I want to hear you say it loud. I ain't got no sponsors. I ain't got no sponsors. Y'all almost ready, y'all. I'm gonna try something else, okay?